Hello, how are you? Here is Lucas, and I'm going to show you how I created my new adventure game, and I used the old arena game in that game as well. So first I start by demoing the game, and then I will talk about the code. So let's start. Hello adventurer, please enter your character's name. So Lucas. Now type help to show available commands. You, Lucas, are the hero on the path of adventure around the country. Recently you heard that there is arena in the town of Perpontium. Now you are heading there to prove yourself that you are the best fighter in the province. So area name is forest, area description. You're in the forest full of red maple trees and oak trees. You can see birds nearby and see pathway with sign Perpontium. You can see objects lift. From here you can go to market and dock. So first I'm going to type help to see what commands are available. Now the keywords are go to, examine, open, pick up, show inventory, use, attend matches, equip, unequip. I'm going to try pick up leaf, and now you picked up the leaf. Now I want to examine it. Examine the leaf. And that's a red maple leaf. It doesn't matter how I type, I will explain it later because that's the parser. And I want to now use leaf, and I used the leaf. I was added 150 health. My new stats are your name is Lucas, your health is 300, armor 8, attack 25 and block 20. If I want to see my inventory and my equipped item and my stats, I can just type show inventory and it shows me an inventory. I have nothing in it currently. I have slots available to equip arm, chest and hand, and just show me again my stats and my name. Now I want to try to pick up leaf if it's gone. Pick up leaf again, and there is nothing by that name to be picked up in this room anymore. So I cannot pick it up twice. I want to try to use it again, but I cannot use it because it's not in inventory. Now I want to go to dock, and I'm going to dock. Area description. I'm in the dock feeling sea breeze in my face. There are shiny ships loading and unloading their cargo. You can see objects net. So what I want to do, I pick up the net, and I want to examine the net. Simple net for fishing. Now I want to try and use it. Use net, and I cannot use that. Okay. I want to show my inventory. I just type show, it's shortcut, and my inventory is item net inside of my inventory. Now I want to go to market, and you can see area description. You are in the market square full of merchants. There is loads of fresh food just being brought from port to be sold. I can see objects PMV and crate. Okay, so I pick up PMV, and I don't know what it is, so I'm going to examine PMV, and it's a priceless mink vase. This is a painted ceramic vase, probably really old. And I'm going to also pick up crate that is there, and I picked up the crate. Now I want to show my inventory, and I have net, PMV and crate inside. I want to use PMV, and I use PMV with net. Brilliant. So I combine them. Now you can open net. So basically now you can open PMV, so I can open PMV, and you open PMV and there was a golden armor. Okay, so I'm gonna check my inventory, and there is the armor G, that means golden armor, and crate. So I want to use crate, and I cannot use that. So I want to try and open crate, and I open crate and there was a golden shield. Okay, I want to see my inventory. Show inventory, and I have their armor and shield. Now I want to use shield and it says you don't have that object in inventory. That means I have to type use shield G, so it's a golden shield, and I cannot use that. Okay, why is it? Because I have to equip shield G. Now I have equipped shield, golden shield. Basically, I was added 3 armor and 8 block in my new stats, and I want to show that it is in equipped slots, arm, chest, and hand. So I can have 3 slots equipped, and I have a shield. Okay, I want to also equip my. Oh, first I can examine as well. Armor G, and it's a shiny golden armor. So I want to equip armor G, and I was added another additional 3 armor and 8 block. Now I want to go from here. I can go to. I was in a dock and I was in a forest, so I want to go into palace. So go to palace. Now we are in the palace with massive stone walls. You can feel that this is the center of power for Perpontium town. I can see object chalice, so of course I want to pick up chalice, and I picked up the chalice, and of course I want to examine chalice, and it's a chalice full of red wine, so I want to use chalice, and I was added additional 25 health. Now I want to go to arena from here. I can go back to market to show you that it's working. Go to market, and I'm back in the market, so I can go to palace, and I can go to arena. Now I'm in arena, so you're standing in the amphitheater full of gladiators ready for combat. Sun is shining through the pillars and people are excited for battle. There is signing up for competition. You can see objects potion. Okay, so I want to pick up potion. Now, you see it checks if I don't type properly. It says no keywords entered, so pick up potion. And I picked up the potion. Now, of course, I want to. I can try to equip it. What happened? And it shows me you cannot equip that, so I want to examine it. And it's a simple health potion, so I want to use potion. And now I used, and I was added additional 50 health. And I can go to armory to check what is there, so go to armory. And now in armory, you are in the armory full of swords, armors, and potions. You can take them all, but you can equip only 1 item in each equipment slot, so choose carefully. Now I can pick up 3. Then I'm not gonna pick them all up, I just pick up the 1 trident up sword, and I pick up the shield C, and I pick up the armor see that I show you that the slots are working properly. So I pick them up. I can show you the inventory now. Now I have a trident, sword, shield, armor in inventory, and I have equipped the shield and armor. So if I want to equip another armor C, it tells me that I have already equipped item in that slot. So what I have to do, I have to type unequip to unequip my armor G and equip my armor C. If I want to do that, I can show you that in a second, but first I wanna equip trident, and I was added attack and block. Now I want to equip my sword, and what happens? I have already equipped in that slot. Okay, so I want to unequip trident, and I was subtracted 8 attack and 5 block, so I want to show that I have no trident there, and I want to equip sword because I'm a kind of fan of a sword. So there is the sword, and now what I want to do is I want to have a golden armor, golden shield, and a sword, but I want to show you that if I want to try and equip armor C, see that it says that I have already equipped item in that slot. Okay, so if I unequip my armor G, armor where is my armor G? Unequip armor G. As you can see, the computer is never wrong. And show. So I have shield, sword, and now I want to equip my golden armor again. So, or I can equip first. So I equip first my armor C, and I want to equip my armor G, and it just tells me that I have already. So unequip my armor C and equip my armor G. Armor G, it's golden armor. Okay, so I got there. I am all set it up for combat. I have sword, shield, and armor. Now I can go back to arena. So go to arena, and I want to help to see what I can do. I can attend the matches. So I want to attend the matches. Are you sure you want to attend the matches? Yes, I am sure. Now please enter your name. So Lucas. Hello Lucas, now is Yardım to Shine. This is my old game arena, so I just gonna run through it really fast because you've seen it in previous video. As you can see, I'm killing the enemies really fast, and I killed the Ringo. Do you want to fight another? This is changed from the previous, so you don't need to surrender, you just can leave after one enemy. But I want to fight until the end, so next enemy is coming to fight me. I'm going to kill him really fast. Just gonna run through it. Okay, and I killed Cassius, and I want to fight another enemy. Now I killed Sebastian and the last enemy, and then that should be the victory. And you killed the Bane, the arena lord. You killed enough opponents, you became the new lord of the arena. You got a health potion to get some of that lost health back, so I can show my inventory that the health potion is there. And I want to examine the potion. It's a bigger health potion, so I want to use the potion. And I used the potion and I was added 100 health, so my new stats is 300 health. Now I can attend the matches, that is the change as well. I can go to Palace again if I want to go to Palace. I can go back to Arena if I want to go back to Arena. And also I can attend and I can attend the matches again. Are you sure you want to attend again? You can sign up again for competition. I enter my name again there, and I just kill one enemy and show you what happens if I leave. Okay, and that checks for input, so leave, and I can show that I'm back in, my inventory is there, and everything is running as it should. And if I type exit, I can show you help. Exit is there. No, it's not. I forgot to put it in, but it's working, so I can type exit and it exits the program. So that will be improvement. I can type into the keywords exit as well. Now I can go and run through my code. So where would I start is from the main app, because as you can see there is quite a lot of the files. So that is just the short main app that runs the game. It's a basic structure in here. So what I do is I create a player and a map for a player. As you could see, the rooms were there. Now I go and set the current player name, print the story. Now I go and loop whatever the player puts in, and I parse that. I just added this that it will get rid of the no keywords entered if it just will be hitting the enter and doesn't enter anything basically. Now I can show you what is the get input doing and parser. So I will go, actually I go from beginning that I don't skip any files. So math functions, that just random integer generation for my secret number. Print functionality, there are the functions as a print line center that I was showing you the last time. String functionality is whatever I used for strings. I didn't use most of them. I was using them before, but then I simplified the code when I was reading it from files, so I just let the functionality in case I need it for later. Now I have enemy class. So this is the implementation of enemy class, and it inherits from player. So it gets all the functionality of the player class as attack, get hit points, add hit points, everything. Now my equipped, that's basically similar class as my inventory. I can show you the equip.h. So it has the list of the objects, and I can add size if I want. And what it has: add, remove from equip, check it is equipped, get objects, it returns all objects, get any equipped, so it checks for the string I typed and it gets me a pointer to the object. Check for slot, that is that I cannot equip two armors if there is already one in armor, like basically chest slot equipped. And print equipped, basically print me the equipped, as you could see when I typed show inventory. Inventory is really similar to equipped, so maybe what I could do was I could put equipped as a child of the inventory, but I didn't do it, so I can improve on it later. I have my objects, same list of the objects. I used list because I have loads of insertion and deleting from the middle of inventory. It's really small scale, but on a big scale it would help with the speed. Now it has a constant time in inserting and deleting. If we need to save memory, vectors are more efficient for saving memory. Then they can be even faster if you just check this stopping with white implementation. I have again add, remove, and all the functionality as an equipped. Now I have my map. In my map I have a vector of rooms that are in my map available. So I have the arena, forest, and all of them. That's a room as an object itself. And then I have current room, that is just pointer to the room that you are currently in, that it can check for an exit, that you cannot exit from, for example, from forest straight into the arena, but you have to go from room to room. Now that has load rooms and load objects, and room knows how to load itself, objects know how to load itself, and it just all loaded into the map. Set current room, I can pass room or string, so it's an overloaded function. Current room check exit, check objects. I have the get any object in the room that if I want to, and then I have remove object in the room. Of course, it's because the user types the name, for example leaf, so it gets me the object and then it can remove the object. Get current room, of course, for printing the current room that the player is currently in, and there is the print current room, and I can print whole map. Now I have object. I can show you actually the functionality of some of them in the map. So functionality, I type definition my vector of rooms. I used vector because I'm not deleting any rooms or anything like that, and it's fast. So I have to initialize my pointer with a new room, and I delete it when I'm deleting my map. Also load rooms, it's basically I reserved some space for the rooms, so it don't need to grow more, save the memory space. It's not big savings, but everything counts. And then I just push all my rooms. I get the room loaded room, load room, and push that room inside. Now I have load objects. Every object know in which room it is, and so basically what it does is this map put object in room, I have a function that puts object into the room that I pass as a room and loaded object, and I can show you that function as well. There is the put object in room. So I get room name and object that I'm going to put. So where basically what it goes, it iterates through all my rooms, and if the room name equals the name that I'm passing, the object is gonna be in that room. Not found, it's basically in case there is some errors, I get at least print out. Now what else I can show you? Get current room also give me just a reference to the room, because it's faster. I can show you the object, and there is the load function for object. What it does is basically passes the file, goes through all the file and discards the garbage. I can show you also the file now. So I have a rooms file here. As you can see, what it does is total number of rooms is just for the reserve on the vector, reserve the space, and the rest is garbage, 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 and forest description gets line, gets the dog and market exits, and for my object file is name of the object, description, which one you can use with, open, cannot open, is openable, is usable, is equipable, so what you can do with the object and what are the bonuses, and which room where it is, dog for example, market, there is the net, there is the PMV has object that it needs to be used with, so use with is net. I can show you the use with functionality also, and I'm going to jump to it. There is the use with object, so basically I pass PMV and net, and if the use PMV equals the use with the object that I'm going to use with the name of the object, then I set openable to equals true, so I can open the PMV, the priceless Mingways, return true, else return false. Also I can do it with any objects because I can create different names, and I can just set openable, and whatever it's inside, if I open it I get the object. Next, that's just a print object there, and that would be my object class. Oh, there is all the member variables of the object class, all the getters and setters and whatever I need. Now my player, so that's the all functionality for the player is in here, and also it applies to the enemy because it inherits from player, so I can just get block chance of enemy, set attack of enemy, everything I can do for player I can do for enemy. Fight functionality though, I have it there, enemy can have it as well, but basically it applies to the player, and you've seen them in my last video. What is new, I created the inventory for a player, and that's the player inventory, and equipped that I already showed you. It's really similar to inventory class, it's just the vector of objects, both of them. Name of the player that you can set up, and that's the health, armor, attack and block chance. Now in my room I have room name, description, room number, exits and objects. So vector of exits, why did I choose vector of objects? Because I'm not gonna be inserting anything into the rooms once they are loaded, that's okay, and it's faster I would say than the list. Also exits is just vector of strings, the name of the exits that it checks if you can go into the room from room. Now all the getters and setters and functionality, I'm going to jump into room.ccp and show you how it looks. Now I used also type def, so if I want to change this from vector of object to anything else, I just call it object container, so I know it can be list of objects or anything, and all the functionality is preserved, so I need to change it only in one or two places in the code, and I can use a list if I need. Same with the string, is a string container. This is the very handy if you want to change it. now I have all my setters and getters. All the names I chose are descriptive, so I didn't use comments there. Now room check for exit. So if user want to go from room, we have to check if he can use the exit he typed. So basically what it does is return true or false if he can go or he cannot, and then it prints him. I show you my parser how it works. It prints him you cannot go there. So I using this string functionality to lowercase that I found on the internet. Also I get to that file and I show it to you later. And if I'm iterating through the exits, and if it equals, so if exit name equals to iterator no, sorry, if iterator equals to exit case in here, I can now change, because I pass it as a pointer to the exit name, I can change the exit name to capital letters if user didn't type it with capital letters for later, if I want to use it. But I don't really think I needed it because I used to lowercase everywhere, just precaution. Now exit found equals true, so it found the exit, otherwise it returns exit for exit found, it's false, so we didn't found the exit. Set objects, all the getter setters. Now print the room, just simple print cout, print line centered if I wanted this area to be centered, so I use my print functionality. I added some objects into room if I need, that was the function when I needed to load. Remove objects, of course if player picks up object, then I have to check if he is able, if there is any object with that name. And then I erase the object at the position of iterator. That's very handy with iterators, that you don't need to go from, if you go for loop you have to go from beginning until the begin plus whatever. If with iterator you just remove it, and it's easy to read as well. Is object in room? I'm going to check if there is. Now I can get any object in room. So what it does, it just I want to get some object by name. It also iterates through all the objects. If there is something, it returns the pointer, as you can see, to the object, so it saves time. You don't need to be copying and wasting the memory. You just return the pointer to that object. So basically all around my code is just the pointers. For example, the current room as well just points to each room in the map, and also as you can see, I'm just returning pointers to the objects because it's faster. Now load the room, I already showed you. I have get player input functions, so this is just whatever gets player input, and so I get the input, get line of the player's input, whatever he types, go to market for example. Now I'm going to split it into vector of strings and just return the vector. Also I have just old functionality I showed you last time. Now this is the complicated part, this is the parser. So what I'm going to do is pass the reference to vector I want to check before it was sentence, obviously. Now I can sort the vector, and search time might be faster, but it's really just few words that you are passing out that the user is going to type. I use this shrink to fit the size, might save some memory. Basically, if he has a vector, always grow by half, so if you have like 8, it's 16, but you type for example 12 or something like that, it shrinks to fit, so basically it gives you some memory. Now found connection, it's if there is something in the sentence that user typed that it makes sense to the program. So if found connection equals false, that means that you didn't connect the verb with the object. So I'm going to found in sentence, and go equals true. So if I found in sentence, that means I go here down, and if I found in sentence world go, that will return yes, I found it, return true. No, I didn't found, returns false. So if I found the go in a sentence, now I go down, search the room for names that I can go, the exits basically, and if it finds the room that you can go into, you just type, it just shows you are going to. It fails, no, sorry, there is no option that you can go to, so I'm going to go and search room exit names, and that's for go option here. So what it does, it's basically check for exits. Of course it's a boolean, if you found it or no, that depends what options you get. So what it goes to current map. Of course I'm passing it by point the reference, and I'm going to check the current room exits. That is the function of my map. If that returns true, that there is exit from the room, it just prints you're walking to the room, and then it sets the current room. So you are now currently in a market. If you go from forest to market, you are now in a market, and then it prints the current room description you walk into, and you are in a market square, blah blah blah. That's basically printout of the room. And of course it just sets the found exit equal to true. And why I have break, it prevents from printing more than once, because before when I type go to market, go to market, go to market, it just was printing me market 3 times, because it found market 3 times in a sentence, so it just printed out market. So what it's doing now, it just takes the field that it found, okay, prints it once, break it, you can type something else, go somewhere else. That's the basically point with all of the words that I can use. Go, examine, use, equip, open, pick, unequip, show, exit, attend, and help. So for examine is a simple one. I just go and skip through them really fast. For examine, search for object name description. So that's very descriptive. So it searches for object name description. So sentence and a player. So if that player has in inventory the object, yes it does. Now I can print the description of the object. There is the examine of the object. I dereference the pointer I got, and I examine it, and I see it out, and found object equals true. Of course I found it, otherwise you don't have that object in inventory, sorry, no option. Open is in inventory, open. If it is, you can open it if it has the option. So if is inventory equals true, so first, is the object in inventory? Yes it is. Now is it openable? Yes it is, so you can open it. And for example, what you get when you open the object, I have it also in my objects file. So if I check if it's openable equals true, but what I get is text open equals shield. I write it text open, but it's basically objects that you get when you open it, and the objects that you get are new objects that are generated by a program. So what it goes, it's you open create, and there was a golden shield, and now add golden shield to the player's inventory, and I can show you where is the object generated basically. So that's the in add items. I'm going to add golden armor, add golden shield, or a potion basically. Golden shield is here, so I create the object and I call it, give it the name, give it the description, set what it is it equipable, is it usable, or is it openable. I just put this as a comment that it's easy when I was typing it in. And then use with nothing, open, that means like a slot is arm, and there is the bonuses you get, armor and block. Also that's the golden armor when I can pick it up. In my parser it's here. So I'm continuing, that's the, if you open the object that is armor inside of it, then you get armor. So I can change these also by changing just the file and getting more objects in. I can also load them all from file and have another file that holds them, and then I can just compare them in open method. Also if there is nothing, you can just open it and there was nothing inside. And also if an object is not openable, you cannot open that. If it doesn't found it, you don't have it in inventory, so it checks basically for all the options that you can have with open. Now for pickup, also this object in room, can you pick it up? Remove from room. So basically what happens is when player picks up the object, so pick it up, current map, so he is picking it up from current map, current room get any object, so it gets the object from the current map and current room, and now it removes the object in the current room and just tells you picked up an object name, and also prevents from looping that you cannot write pick up, leave, 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 and it just will be looping through it even though there is no leaf on the floor after. Also, there is nothing that you can pick up. For use, is it inventory? You can use it, then use it. So basically it has to iterate through the sentence and checks. Now, is it in inventory? Yes, it is in inventory. Now, is it usable? So basically, current player.get inventory, get object by name, and is it usable, that object that you just got from inventory? Yes, it is. So you used it, name object, read the object stats. So basically, whatever object gives you as a bonuses, it reads as a stats. Then remove the object, of course, from the player's inventory, and found object, yes, you found it. Break prevents from looping again. Now, is it usable with something? So get used with doesn't equals nothing, so it's usable with something. Now you can open basically if the two objects are usable. I set openable to be true, so we can open the objects, and if there is nothing in inventory, so we checks it, so there is no object in inventory that you can use with. Also found object, no, you cannot use that, that's the third option. If you don't have it, you don't have it in inventory. Last is not last, but that's the read object stats. So this is what's reading the object stats. Now it's kind of complicated, but it's just load of typing and nothing really. This just checks because I don't want my printout to be showing you got 0 armor, 0 something, so I just cancel all the zeros. That's why it's so long, and it just show you were added nicely, whatever you were added, 50 armor or 5 attack, 5 block, 100 health, and if you were added 0 health, so it doesn't really print it out, just that's why it looks so long. For equip function now, tag, is it inventory? Can you equip it? Equip it basically. So is it in inventory? Yes. Can you equip it? Is it equipable? Yes. Basically checks if the check for the slot. So if I'm in inventory equip, so it's already equipped in that slot. You already equipped in the slot, so you cannot equip another item, or you equipped the item. Now for an equip, if you want to swap the items around, also is an equipped? Yes. Yeah. Do you have it equipped? Yes. Now you can unequip it. So is it an equipped? Yes. You unequip it. Otherwise, you don't have that object equipped. Unread object stats. That's just whenever you take off the armor, you have to take out the bonuses. Also, I don't want the zeros. That's why it's so long. And that would be my parser. Add items, I already showed you. My logos you seen from last time, my menu you seen from last time. Arena main app, now I improved on that a little bit, splitted up my code a little bit as well. So I got now the vector of enemies, enemy container, and I created the vector of enemies in here. Actually, you can create it like that. What was the problem was when I had predefined size of 4, then it was just wasn't working, was giving me the default values for the enemy with no names. I called the name constructor in here and it's working, return the vector. Also I wanted to return the pointer, but as I searched on internet it was inefficient. Next I have sign up player. Took out this part, just signs up the player. Also add bonuses depending on the choice, on attack choice, if it's 1 or 2 from last time. Used enum for that I know that I'm giving him bonus block or minus bonus block, or bonus attack or minus bonus attack. The numbers can be changed and it changes automatically there. Also I use the shrink to fit instead of size of 4, so I just shrink to fit to 4. If I have like 100 enemies, it creates the vector of 200 or something like that. Shrinks to fit will be 100, save some memory. Enemy at enemy, just pointer to the enemy I'm going to fight. Puts their enemies e counter, so enemy 0. I was showing you this last time, so basically not much change except the surrender options. Now it just shows me victory is true, but what it does, because I won in a first battle, I can leave. It doesn't print out the killed, that you just die and exits the game, so you survive. Now I have options for arena that you seen last time as well. Loaded functions. Now that is where I load my set up my game, basically load my file, my map, load rooms and load objects. Now this is just print story and set current player, just to give him a name. Set console window you seen from last time, and main app I just showed you now. So that would be everything, I think, and I hope I didn't forget anything. Also, for testing, I get it give it to my sister to play. I found bugs with when she, for example, typed that she wanted to uh, pick up object, and she could pick up object million times from a room. So I had to fix that you can pick up only once. Also that you cannot go from room to room, that I was already explaining, that it will prevent from going, for example, from forest straight to arena, so you have to check for exits, or print in the rooms again, so it will break automatically. So I was testing as I was going along and trying to improve or whatever bugs I found. I'm sure that there is many more bugs that you can find as well in this game, but I got it done as 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 best as I could, basically. So thank you for listening, uh, and I hope you enjoyed my demo. Bye now.